My husband, I'll speak as though I'm speaking for him. And it'll be much more coherent. And not as lucid, and more homogenized. And he called me up, and then one day he turned the chair. I walked in, there was a chair in the middle of the acting class, and the teacher was very gentle with me. She said, "Rick, Kevin said you told a great story." And I imitated something I'd seen. And people clapped, and really clapped. And before that, I was in the back, coming off, drunk or coming off stuff, and like nuts. And I can't find the words. I don't know. Like an experimental monkey in the back, just like moving back and forth. And I was nuts. And then he turned me. I told the story. And we walked again, and I said, "Why are you like the way you are? Why are you so warm and just sweet? You know, whatever." And he said, "All I know is AA gave me everything, and I think you have a problem too." Of course, being in AA, 10 years later, we don't talk to each other anymore. We don't like each other anymore. And telling his story makes me want to call him. So I went to AA. Yeah, but I got to tell you stuff, you know.
Well, we're going to take a break.
We have 2 hours.
Yeah, we got
I'm sorry.
That was a heck of a PSA.
Right? Exactly. It's right up there with, I'll skip that one. Anyway.
The number here is 877-830-830. That's 877-830-830.
Come back, listen to us on KLEAN Radio. Welcome back to KLEAN Radio. Here with Rick Shapiro.
Moody Blue. That's my stripper name.
Moody Blue.
My best move is mood swings.
Mood swings. Oh my gosh, Rick. So we were just talking during the break, and we were talking about how much fun it is to hang out and be sober and be able to do comedy.
Yeah, well, to create.
Like,
sometimes I'm more intense. It's taking me years to. I mean, in New York, I hang out.
Right.
To the point where I don't get anything done because everybody has charisma. Hey, where you going? I gotta write. I got an audition. Audition. Have a donut. No, I gotta be somewhere. Is Ricky's here? Is he having a donut? No, I gotta be somewhere. No, he's not. Have a donut. You know, no, I gotta go. Oh, you like 2 Bostons, 1 sprinkle. I know you like donuts. In fact, get donuts for everyone. And I start yelling, yeah, donuts. Everyone's having donuts. Get them the pink ones. You like the pink ones. And 8 years later, you realize you haven't done a thing, but you
eat a lot of donuts.
Donuts with the most charismatic drug dealers in Manhattan.
And they cook you with donuts.
Yeah.
Right? Let me ask you a question, Rick. A lot of people, think that, artists especially, think that, drugs, alcohol enhance their creativity. So how has that changed for you?
No. I think you dig deep without it. If you really are an artist or really want to be one, if you want to create whatever it is, you can dig deeper and deeper. And for me, that's the intense pleasure. I guess I don't hang out that much anymore. I always want to,
right?
But I go like I kind of sometimes I live in a weird area. I call them gummy worms with knit caps. They're just gummy worms. Like there's no guys I want to talk to. But I think I'm always surprised that some of my favorite artists were drunk at the time. But I'd like to be fanatic about it. In fact, really passionate about it. Is you don't have to have that, and you don't have to be afraid that's going to go. That's the big lie. It's not going to go.
Right.
And you'll be hugely amazed. Hugely amazed.
We got a call? Yeah, we got a call.
Oh, we sound so shocked.
We got a friend. We got a friend who seems to know Rick. Hello, Tim.
Hey, how's it going?
Welcome to KLEAN Radio. You're on the air.
All right.
Hey, Tim.
Good to be here. Hey, Rick, how you doing?
Oh, hanging in, man.
All right.
How you doing?
I'm pretty good. Yeah, it's been a little while. About 6 months ago, you were in a club. I forget the name of it.
He's not going to remember either.
Yeah.
That was my memory.
there was a Rick Shapiro impersonation contest. You remember
Oh, yeah, I
that?
remember that. All these guys went up doing me, dressed like me.
Yeah. Well, there's like 10 of us that night. I mean, there's even some women. I think Val Myers went up there. But
yeah, Val Myers.
That was my first and only time on stage. I'm usually a photographer and videographer, but
oh yeah,
you kind of inspired me to get up there, and I went on this like rant, and a lot of people were like impersonating your act, you know, when you're on stage, but I was trying to like kind of impersonate what I thought the Rick Shapiro in New York would have been like back in the day, you know, when I picked up the Coke and I said,
You got up on
the
stage.
Coke I wanted and slammed it down. And so I just wonder what you thought of all those people impersonating you, how you felt watching there.
I think it's great. It made me realize I might exist. I think it's great.
Yeah, I mean, beyond that, though.
Yeah.
And they're taking money out of your pocket, right, Rick?
No, I need him. I need him.
No, but he's asking how did you, but on a serious note,
Yeah.
how did it make you feel?
To see him?
to be honored by
I
people.
meant it. First of all, it made me feel like I exist. I didn't know. See, I come from a lot of abuse I'm dealing with all the time still. I didn't know. And to see each one go up there, I was like, oh, that's gorgeous. Like, it moved me. It showed, and they were excited to do it. So that was crazy to see. Because I don't know how anybody knows me, but apparently it's happening like in this other way. So it felt really good. And that's another thing about being clean. Being clean, you know, it's like, I was a prostitute. I was on my knees. I mean, in my life, I was gone. I didn't know I was a comedian. I didn't know anything. And so while everyone's saying, you got to pull back, you got to this, you got to that, all I know is keep following my heart and my gut. If I was drinking, I might have pulled back and done really dull jokes about, you know, my ex-wife. You know, she's really bugging me. You know how that is. Instead of really telling the story about my ex-wife or something when I get one. I imagine it'll be pretty astounding.
You've had 3 chances.
Oh, yeah. I always knew when to walk away.
Right, we talked about that. You were engaged 3 times.
Tim, thanks.
Right?
What?
On the way down, you said you've been engaged 3 times.
Yeah.
But never worked out.
It's not that it didn't work out. It's that my mind, you probably see some guys like me. Look, you do too. You never do. You hang out at the writers' meetings. He's like, oh, who's here?
Where did I meet you?
I think Alec Baldwin wrote a Hallmark card this year. Or at some point in his life. I'll start there. What was the question?
We're talking about your engagements, your 3 engagements.
Yeah. My mind, see, I'm telling you, my mind was the one I loved, but we looked at each other one day and said, we started excusing ourselves. We walked by each other in the apartment.
Right.
We started to act this whole weird way to each other, like, oh, excuse me, we weren't having sex.
Right.
And one day we looked at each other, and she goes, we walked by each other, oh, excuse me. She said, what's going on? Do you want to get married? I said, do you? She said, no. I said, I don't want to either. And but the other times, I bought the ring. I gave it to him because I didn't want to marry him. And I thought, you give it to him, that means I can go. I gave you the ring. Because they keep bugging me for the ring. So I said, all right.
You get him the ring, and then you're free.
Yeah, I'd be half asleep going, oh, yeah, I got to get the ring today. That's right. You know, I do want to marry. Because they were charming. They were like, are you going to, she would change her voice, her intonation, and she would be like, are you going to marry me? Right. And she's the most charming girl, and she changed, and I went like, I thought I was like, a father can't hurt his daughter. She sounded like a little kid alone. You know how women will sound like a little kid alone in the dark? But that's how I was raised, to believe that women are helpless and depressed, and it's up to... So it's like, oh, she must be hurting. I didn't realize the next day she's having tea with, you know...
With all her friends.
I don't even want to come up with the imaginary... And Montparnasse, or La Ruelle, or restaurants she used to deal at in Madison Avenue.
Right.
She's strong, having a great time with someone, but the night before she's like, are you going to marry me? Oh my God, she's going to kill herself. Or she'll just be unhappy today. I better not let that.
That's how women get diamonds. They fake suicide, and then they get diamond rings out of Rick.
Hell hath no fury like a woman scorned.
That's true.
Hell hath no fury. Oh, that's a whole nother. Oh, so I was afraid of their anger too.
Yeah. No.
Let's
go.
Tim, you got any other questions or?
I had one more. Rick, would you ever consider doing a comedy show in Tijuana, Mexico, in a comedy club that's opening up there?
Yes.
You would?
Yeah, sure, man. You know, I want to work everywhere. Hope
All
there's
right. Well, it's a little, you know, a lot of people are nervous about going down there, but a friend of mine is opening a club, and
Oh, there are tremendous, wonderful drug wars.
yeah, you're right.
It's a theme park.
And never to be heard from again, Rick Shapiro.
Oh, yeah, it's dangerous, right? That might be-
1 mile across the border. It's not that far.
Oh, we can skittle back. I've dodged everything else in my life. Why not? I'm not funny. I'm a tranny. I'm going to dodge that tranny.
Has
What?
agreed to come down, so maybe the two of you can
Amy
come down
Dresner.
Oh,
together.
that'd be great.
Yeah, and nobody's kidnapping
Wait,
the two of you.
my wife is agreeing to go down to Tijuana? Oh, my
Yeah, and no,
goodness.
Andrew, nobody's kidnapping Amy
Yeah,
and
right.
Rick.
No, nobody will take my wife, so you're safe. You're going to be safe.
That's
Right,
right.
Don't worry about
That's
it.
right. She's always walking like she's got a 12mm 6 gauge.
Right? She's like, she looks like, I always say she looks like Joey Ramone walking down the block. You know what I mean? Like Joey Ramone with a
yeah.
shotgun.
That's a little odd that you...
I admit it. You
Yeah.
know, she's a little.
No, to me, she looks like a dripping fascination memorabilia of a myth that became an archetype and then whispered away. on a
Or
cloud.
Joey Ramone.
Couldn't tell. Yeah, well, that's what he was.
Tim, do you
That's
have
what he wrote.
True.
Tim, do you have
What?
Rick's information?
Yeah.
I have one more quick question.
Go ahead.
I never shot
Are
it.
you and Amy Dresner going to be performing together anytime soon?
I just put a call out.
Really?
Yeah, I hope so. That'd be great.
Well, I thought you said Mexico, in Tijuana.
We could have Amy call in. I'm sure
I
she's
know.
listening.
That's something.
Oh, good,
Amy
yeah.
has agreed to come down and do a show there.
If you already
for
wrote
my
out here,
friend, but
if
if
I
you
do.
do it also, maybe both of you come
Excuse
together. yeah.
the arrogance, man. Yeah, I think they're running out of time trying to be clever. They're
okay.
rude. No, did you hear the mule noise?
That was the Tijuana donkey room.
Who made the mule noise?
It's
Do
the
it.
engineer in the booth.
Come on,
So-
make a gunshot. Can you make a plane fly by my head?
It must feel like he's back in New York.
No, a plane. That's what's in my head, so I feel like I belong. Oh, planes. I
It will
belong.
take. It's going to take him a while to get that off of Google.
Oh, really? Gets off a Google?
Yeah, everybody's got Google now.
So that's amazing what you do, because people so many things they think it's about, like you said, about the crime being a crime, but the warmth you're talking about.
Well, you know, you touched on it when you said that guy in AA who came at you with compassion.
Yeah.
People need to know that an intervention is actually the most loving thing you can do for someone.
Yeah.
And it's done. The approach is with loving compassion. It's not about blaming or name calling or any of that
Right.
kind of stuff.
With this admonishment.
It's not.
doesn't work, yeah.
It doesn't work. I
And it's
mean,
not the truth. It really isn't. I've seen people be so tough on people, like, and it just broke my heart, because I see them, the addict, walking around like being hard on themselves, like, but not getting clean. You know, my mother's right. I'm nothing. You know that. Well, that's a horrible thing.
There is a language of addiction that a lot of people don't understand. They don't understand that it is a crying out for help that's going on so often. Jude and I were talking outside about it being it truly is a medical condition. A lot of people don't realize that this thing is centered in someone's brain. You know, oftentimes in AA they'll say it's not the drinking, it's the thinking.
Yeah.
You know? So that becomes when people start looking at it like a disease, but not in a disease concept, so to speak, but really like a medical condition.
Right.
Because if you say disease, you really kind of, that opens up the door. Well, we're not talking about a cold here. We're talking about,
A mental, a physical, a medical condition.
Exactly. And when you see it like that, then you start looking at the person and the problem differently. There's something going on in this person's head. This is not a broken moral compass here. This is something that they are just like being, they've got a powerful hold over them that's called addiction.
Yeah, I see it as, I can't help but see it as a crying out from the heart. Like, just when you said crying out, no one's ever said that. If somebody said that in A, like, I was crying out, and I didn't know, for a million different things. It's a beautiful, beautiful loneliness.
Well, I've always said the program loved
But
me
it's
back
a
to
hard,
health.
not beautiful. That's it.
But I was loved back to health in the rooms of, Alcoholics Anonymous. I was a broken kid when I came in here, and these people literally loved me back to health.
Yeah.